All right. Hello and welcome to this guided art meditation tonight. Before we dive into our introductions, our meditation teacher, India Clark, would like to guide us in a quick centering.
Hi, thank you, Liz. So I'd just like to invite you to pause for 3 conscious breaths. You can close your eyes or you can just soften your gaze if that's more helpful to relax. And just land and connect with yourself in this moment. Thank you.
Thank you, India. Hi, everyone. My name is Liz Gardner, and I'm the Director of Interpretation at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. I had the pleasure and privilege of working on the Shen Wei Painting in Motion exhibition at the Gardner Museum, and I'm thrilled to be with you tonight for this program. I want to welcome you to the third in a series of 3 guided art meditations related to the Shen Wei exhibition currently on view through June 20th, 2021. We will share links to the previous meditation recordings at the end of this session. Before we begin, I'd like to go over a few helpful tips and guidelines for our meditation session this evening. The Gardner is an inclusive place that welcomes everyone. We are committed to diversity, equity, access, and inclusion, and thank you in advance for maintaining a respectful environment. To have the best experience today, we recommend that you name yourself and add your pronouns, and that you use the chat actively and courteously to share questions and ideas. We are recording this program. Discrimination or harassment will not be tolerated in any form. Please be sure to take care of yourself and each other during our time together. If you have any questions or technical difficulties, please use the chat feature at the bottom of your screen. We have support staff monitoring the chat, and they will be able to assist you. At the end of the meditation, there will be an opportunity to ask India any questions or to share any comments. We recommend that you change your settings to side-by-side speaker view in the top right of your screen so that you have more control to see the artwork that we will be focusing on for this guided meditation session. Once you've selected side-by-side speaker view, you can adjust the size of the video and artwork by clicking and dragging the 2 white lines to the left of the speaker's video. And finally, a live transcript is available during this program at the bottom of your screen. And so now I would like to introduce our meditation teacher for this session, India Clark. India is a life path mentor for creatives and the founder of the Wayfinder Institute, created to unlock the power of art observation and mindfulness to spark personal growth and well-being. India mentors individuals and groups of creative souls to find and follow their true path in life and work. She combines a background in mindfulness, yoga, and art museum education. India received a 200-hour yoga certification from Kripalu Center for Yoga and Health, a 500-hour certification from Shakti Initiation Women's Leadership Training, and is currently training with Tara Brock and Jack Cornfield in a 2-year mindfulness meditation teacher training program. She has a master's degree in museum education and has worked with many museums, including, of course, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. I'm so grateful to have been working with India over the last year on several meditation projects for the Gardner Museum, and I know you are in for a very special experience with her guidance. And with that, I will turn it over to India.
Thank you so much, Liz. It's really an honor to be here and a privilege to get to practice and learn together about these really life-boosting teachings of mindfulness. So let's just pause again here. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze and check in with the body and the breath. Bringing your attention to the parts of your body that connect you to the ground. And remind yourself of what brought you here this evening, or whatever time of day it is where you are. What was your intention in coming here? Knowing that just being aware of intentions is really powerful. My intention every time I begin my practice is always a reminder to be present for my life. And my hope is that we all will feel protected and nourished together within this space that we're co-creating this evening. So I want to take the opportunity to honor the Asian origins of both the artistic lineage that's evident in the artwork we'll look at tonight, and also the Buddhism and yoga philosophies that our mindfulness meditation practices are derived from. Over the past 2,500 years, countless Buddhists and yogis across Asia have contributed their intellect and hard work to develop, nourish, and teach these practices that we can still turn to for wisdom and healing in modern times. My own primary teachers have been trained in the Thai forest Thai forest tradition of meditation, and the Kripalu yoga lineage, which originated in India. So let's just pause again for a moment of acknowledgement and gratitude of these lineages. Thank you. My theme for us today is greeting what's here with a heart that loves and cares. And we'll have an opportunity to practice this together, the teachings on metta, in a few ways through external and through internal observation. We'll be looking at an artwork by the artist Shen Wei tonight called Untitled Number 8. And I'm going to guide you through a series of sequential mindfulness experiments for about 30 minutes. And I'll be guiding you all the way. So whether this is your first meditation or art observation experience, or you have tons of practice under your belt, I hope you all will find something of benefit in this practice. For those who don't already know, Shen Wei is a Chinese artist, dancer, choreographer, and painter who, in his approach to making his artwork, he seeks to align the energies inside and outside the body, approaching the body and its environment as fundamentally interconnected. So this is something that I think we also can do as mindful viewers. Our looking can be an act of alignment, aligning the energies inside and outside the body. So we can experience not only the body and its environment as interconnected, but also the body and the artwork that that body observes as interconnected. And you may find that you come to see what you're looking at as a reflection of what you're living. So to begin, I'd like to invite you to look away from your computer screen and just take in the space around you, whatever space you are in right now. And just look kind of slowly around, letting your neck and your eyes be soft. Just noticing shape, texture, light and dark. Taking in whatever tangible objects are around you. And now pause to notice how you feel and if there's any shift even from just this short exercise. This technique is known in somatic experiencing as orienting. And it turns out that actually just looking, just focusing the eyes and taking in the safety of the space around us has a powerful impact on the nervous system. It's really regulating. It actually slows the respiration and heart rates. So this is a really easy one to take home, and you can use it anytime you're feeling ungrounded, just slowly taking in the space around you, looking around your room or inside or out. And it's really cool, I think, too, to know that anytime we're looking at art, we're actually helping the body's systems to regulate and feel good, feel okay. So we'll be using the senses today to meditate. And I wanted to offer a little experiment that I was introduced to last week. I was in a week-long silent meditation retreat, and my teacher, Don Mauricio, offered this little experiment. So choose a sense, one of your senses, either seeing or hearing, I might suggest, but it could be another one if seeing or hearing didn't work for you. And for the next 10 seconds, I want you to just stop yourself from using that sense. So no hearing, no seeing. All right, so here we go. I've got my timer ready. Begin. Okay, so you can stop there. And maybe you notice that that's, enough time to see how absurd it really is to think about um, stopping ourselves from taking in whatever senses we have there. So in the teachings on mindfulness, actually thinking is considered as one of the senses. So just like seeing or hearing, as thoughts arise and recede, it's like smells, sights, sounds coming and going. And we don't need to try to stop that or control that or suppress that, because it's just the nature of things. So the practice is to observe it, to let it come, let it be, and let it go, and just to hold it within our awareness, within our mindfulness. So the invitation is for you to greet your thoughts this way as we practice today. We'll be practicing over the next few minutes using our senses as we meditate, with eyes closed, or your gaze can just be softened, looking, a foot or two away from you. And you can use either the sound of your breath or the feeling of your breath as your anchor, as your meditation anchor. Or if you have an established practice and want to use a different anchor, please do. So our anchor is the object of the meditation. It's the thing you want to focus your attention on. And I really find the word anchor to be helpful, because like the anchor on a boat, our anchor doesn't actually stop our attention from moving and drifting around, but it does keep it from floating completely away. We keep coming back tethered to that anchor. So you'll keep your focus on the sound or the feeling in the body of your breath moving in and out, and everything else that you sense gets to just come and go in the background of your attention. So I'll be quiet for the next few minutes while you practice. You don't have to worry that you've lost the connection. I'm here with you, and I'll let you know when it's time for us to transition. Just returning to the sound or the feeling of the breath whenever you've noticed that your attention has wandered. Now you can open up your eyes when you feel ready, and Colin, you can take us into our image. We'll be doing a similar meditation now with looking outwardly at the artwork. So this is Untitled number 8. You could just take a few moments to take it in as a whole. And then we'll be looking at a few details here, just so you can get to know it. And I'm inviting you to choose some detail or shape within this as your visual anchor. So as we're back with the whole image here, just find some shape, some form that your eye wants to be attached to. And remembering that, like that boat anchor, the awareness moves. So you're going to be taking in the image as a whole, and you'll keep coming back again to the visual anchor. Then I'll leave a little quiet space here for you as you look. Just focusing the attention on the anchor, drifting away and drifting back as your curiosity moves you around the image. You may notice that the breath is still with your attention, that your prior anchor is here, and that's fine. Just welcoming your attention to include both anchors. Feeling yourself here as a body that's taking this image in. And now we'll let that focus go for now. You can close the eyes and just take a cleansing breath. And you can rest for a moment with eyes closed or open, whatever feels right to you. I wanted to share a little story as a way of introducing the concept of metta. So a couple of days ago in the morning, I was walking along the street and I was on the phone, and suddenly I just saw this flower that was so beautiful. The way the light was hitting it, like, was sort of filtered through the tree. And it was this white flower that was just so fresh and open and delicate and iridescent in the light. It was like, it just totally stopped me in my tracks and opened my heart up. And I was kind of speechless. It like stopped me in the middle of the conversation. And I just kept saying, wow, this flower is incredible. It was so beautiful. And, those who are in the freshness of spring, wherever you are right now, those flowers may be reaching you too. And I thought, wow, this is metta. This is the kind of thing that just reaches and touches the heart. So I'll explain a little further, but I just want to invite you to, you can close your eyes if you want to, but thinking of something like that, something that's been like that for you. It could be a person, it could be, sometimes for me, it's my dog, or it's my son, my niece, someone or something that just fills your heart with warmth, and that you feel just like delighted by their presence. You feel so much care for them. You just love them, and it's easy, it's authentic, and it's just simple. It's really automatic. So take a moment with that. And just notice what that feels like in your body, to bring this part of your life to mind, this part of your life that feels really good, that you feel really open to. And you feel what that care and that warmth is like in your body. So this is what is known as metta. So metta is translated as loving kindness. I personally have found it a little bit more accessible to think of it as love and kindness. And I also really like the definition from my teacher, Sebene Selassie, which is the heart that cares. So, we all see our hearts show up in different ways at different times. Sometimes the heart is closed, sometimes the heart is sharp, but there is a heart in all of us that cares. There is the heart that cares. I also like to really think of this as something that is a part of our nature. It's just a part of who we are. It's a part of this like earth body that we have. And if you felt that it was hard to come up with something of an example that felt true for you, or your heart just feels really closed right now in this moment, I just want to say, don't despair, because this happens to us all, and the heart naturally has seasons of open and closed, and sometimes those seasons can pass really quickly within a day or within an hour. So if you're finding a closed feeling right now, this just becomes an opportunity for compassion. And you can even put a hand on the heart and feel that warmth and that connection. And you can say to yourself, remind yourself, other people feel this too. And then that in itself can be an act of metta, that gesture towards yourself, of accepting yourself in a moment of closed heartedness, just greeting whatever is here with the heart that loves and cares. So I want to now add this to our looking practice, returning to the image, just breathing and looking out from this body that's here, greeting your visual anchor in the image. And just notice if it's possible to greet it with that feeling of open-heartedness. Greeting the image, greeting your anchor with the heart that loves and cares, like it's a personal friend. And so I'll leave some space and some silence here for you to practice again, just drifting back again and again to your visual anchor. No rigidness in your gaze. You don't have to obsessively fixate on the part that you've chosen. You can stray and you can return and just notice if it's possible to practice being in the heart that loves and cares towards your anchor and towards the process. It's almost like you're moving around the landscape of the painting, and then you bump into your visual anchor, and it's like, oh, hello, you again. And also, when your attention drifts and you notice it's gone elsewhere, can you show that care and that kindness both towards that area of what you're seeing in the image, and also towards that very natural occurrence that the attention drifts around. So kind towards yourself for having a human mind. You know, if there's a part of the image that you actually don't like or have found maybe unpleasant, maybe unimportant, let your attention go there. And just practice, just notice what the heart is doing as your attention goes there. And is it possible to ask for a little bit of opening, a little bit of that friendliness towards this area that you actually haven't felt drawn towards? So now let's close the eyes and we'll take our looking inward, or if you're not wanting to close the eyes, just gaze downwards and go back to your anchor, the sound or the feeling of your breath. And we'll practice inwardly with greeting what's here with the heart that loves and cares, with the heart of metta. Again, sometimes a hand on the heart can feel supportive, that physical warmth. Allowing all the other sense phenomena, including thoughts, to come and go. Just observing with kindness. And then similarly to what we did with the image, when your observations land on discomfort or displeasure of any kind, just practice opening your heart in that direction as well. Sometimes it can be helpful to say, this too. It's really including everything. Everything belongs, everything welcome within your love and kindness. And then again, when that's hard, then it's kindness towards that it's hard. Sylvia Borstein says, may I meet this moment fully. May I meet it as a friend. Whatever is here by way of discomfort or pleasure, sometimes equally hard to sit with, just the practice, being in the practice of opening towards. And you can open your eyes up again to look at the image one last time, just integrating the feelings in your body, the feeling space in your heart, feeling connected to the ground, the earth that holds you. Whatever you're touching came from the earth, derived from the earth in some way. Here you are, a conscious being looking out of these eyes. So feel yourself within and notice what you see. Notice if there's a sense of familiarity and companionship even with this image, this anchor that you chose. And just allowing whatever is here to be as it is, whether this has worked for you or not. Welcome to whatever is true. So now in closing, I'd like to expand our metta practice outwards with the hope for our practice to be of benefit to all beings everywhere. So I'll read some words and you can let them just wash over you, or if you'd like to, you can repeat each phrase silently in your mind. May all beings everywhere be filled with loving kindness. May all beings everywhere be held in loving kindness. May we all know the natural joy of being alive. May we all experience true and deep peace. May all beings everywhere find true refuge within their own being. So in ending our practice, I'd like to thank again my teachers in the ancient lineages of mindfulness and yoga, which came to us in the West from all across the Asian continent. And I'd like to thank our artist Shen Wei for his embodied creativity, which became a platform for our reflection and our relaxation tonight. I'd very much like to thank the sweet staff and the whole institution of the Gardner Museum for their commitment to sanctuary and for being wonderful to work with. And that commitment is what brought us here tonight. So I'd also very much, most of all, perhaps like to thank all of you for being here and for carving out time in your lives to practice and for devoting your energy to it. It can definitely be rare to take time just to be still with oneself. And I really do believe that it's a benefit to all, to our planet, to our community, and to ourselves whenever we do pause. So thank you so much for your practice. And I invite you to end with a physical gesture that feels authentic to you, a gesture of closure of whatever type. Thank you.
Thank you so much, India. I want to thank India, our meditation teacher, and all of you for participating in this, our last of our 3 meditation sessions. I'm sad to see them over, but we've just been so honored to be able to do this with all of you. So you can follow India on Instagram at Wayfinder Institute, and we are adding some links to the chat for more information about the Gardner Museum's Shen Wei Painting in Motion exhibition, the virtual programs, and other recorded sessions that we hope you will all join us for. And just as a reminder, Shen Wei Painting in Motion will be open through June 20th, 2021. You can purchase a time ticket on our website, gardnermuseum.org, or you can use the link in the chat. So we hope you all have a wonderful evening. And if you have any questions or comments, you can submit them in the chat, and India will remain on the call for a few minutes to answer the questions. So thank you again.